Hello there. Hope you are having yourself the most amazing day so far. I am Jamie, and this is, of course, the Chat Trap, where we trap you with the best of conversation. Now, if you want to keep yourself updated with everything that's going on, well, all you got to do is check out our social media platforms. That is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you want to, get to know us, have a conversation with us, let us know what's going on, how your day is, or whatever it is, all you got to do is connect with us on our social media, and we would love to hear from you, whatever it is, whatever you want to share with us. We would absolutely love to hear from you. So make sure that you do go send us a message on our social media platforms. Again, that is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We go as Relax Radio. And if you haven't downloaded our app as of yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure that you do go download our app, because you can take us with you wherever that you go. And if you're at work, or if you're studying and you feel like you need that little bit of encouragement, or you need a little bit of a push, all you got to do is tune in with our app. It's so easy, it's so convenient. So make sure that you do download the Relax Radio app on your phones right now. With that being said, I do want to talk about something that's very important and that we've been discussing quite often today, and that is a self control. Now, self control, you ask me, okay, what exactly is self control? Well, self control, I believe at least, it's the ability to regulate and alter your responses in order to avoid, say, undesirable behaviors or situations, or, quite the opposite, or you control your impulses, you control your emotions to gain more desirable situations. Okay. Now, one thing that I do want to tell you is that I've been reading quite a lot of articles based on self regulation, based on self discipline and self control. And one thing that I've come to learn is that it's absolutely important for your health and well being, which is why I want you to listen up, which is why I want you to hear me out for a little bit, and we can together discover ways how we can improve, how we can boost our self control, and how we can be better people in general. Now, common goals such as losing weight, exercising regularly, eating healthy, not procrastinating, or even if it's just giving up bad habits and saving money are a few worthwhile ambitions that people believe that they need self control. You cannot obviously save money if you constantly feel the urge to spend it. You cannot quit smoking if you give in to your impulses and you feel like you need to give in to temptations. You cannot exercise regularly if you procrastinate, so on and so forth. Okay. So people use a variety of terms for self-control. It's called discipline, it's called determination, grit, willpower, fortitude, whatever you call it. One thing is absolutely clear, that self-control is the ultimate tool, is the key to success. Because without self-control, without self-discipline, I promise you that you cannot achieve your goals, that you cannot become successful, which is why it is absolutely important to practice self-control, which is why it's important to learn or strengthen your ability to control your emotions and impulses. And that's what I do want to talk about. You, if you are somebody that does give into temptations, like I said before, if you are somebody that tends to not be able to control your emotions, your impulses, well, then don't worry, because well, that's the case for a lot of us, to be honest. Only a few of us have mastered the art of self control. And if you haven't, don't worry, because I will definitely be sharing with you tips and, pieces of advice that you can use to improve or boost your ability to control yourself. Now, see, at the end of the day, I feel like I did read this article a few days back, actually, which showed a research that was conducted by a group of scientists and psychologists. And they said that at the end of the day, self control is partly determined by genetics. Okay, so some people are just born better at it. Now, I know the second you hear this, you're going to make that an excuse for your inability to control your emotions or control your impulses. But that's what I want to tell you, right? Just like a skill, just like you learning to play the guitar, or you learning a language, at the end of the day, self-control can be taught. It can be learned. So at the end of the day, what I want you to realize is, even if that is not something that, was given to you from birth, it is something that you can teach yourself through practice, through trial and error. It is definitely something that you can teach yourself. So make sure that you follow these tips and tricks, I guess, to improve and boost your self control. Now, like I said, my goal for you is that you strengthen your self control, and together let's identify and discuss different factors and strategies that can help you improve your self control. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about is delaying gratification. What exactly is delaying gratification? Now, the ability to delay gratification or delay pleasure or to wait to get what you want is an important part of self control. Okay. And I feel like people are often able to control their behavior by delaying their gratification or their urges. Right. For instance, if a person is following a specific diet and they want to try to avoid the temptation of indulging in unhealthy food, well, then that person is delaying gratification. They're going to tell themselves that, if it's a person that has self-control and that person does want to stick to their goal of weight loss or becoming healthy, well, then that person is going to say, no, I'm going to wait um, um, for a week to treat myself with a cookie because, I'm allowed to only eat this amount of sugar within this period of time. So, with that delaying of your gratification, at the end of the day, what happens is that you are able to wait, you are able to be patient in order to enjoy that occasional treat that you deserve, okay? Because you've been waiting for so long patiently to experience that gratification. So, delaying gratification involves putting off short term desires in favor of long term rewards. And researchers have also found that the ability to delay gratification is important not only for attaining your goals, but also plays an important part in well being and overall success in life. So, if you do want to improve your self control, improve self discipline and fortitude, well, all you gotta do is make sure that you apply this concept of delaying gratification in little things in life. Now, what do I mean? Say, you want to order some food, you want to eat some junk food. Well, tell yourself, no, I am going to wait for this. I am going to, well, treat myself, but I'm going to wait for this period of time before I do that. And maybe one meal a day, I'm going to have the best food, but the other two I'm going to sacrifice and have something that my body needs instead of wants. Now, when you do this, you are allowing yourself, no matter how hard it is, you are practicing self regulation. You are practicing self control. And I promise you, the first few days is going to be absolutely hard, right? Even if it's food, even if it's a certain bad habit that you do want to get rid of, it is going to be so hard to delay giving into your urge or giving into your pleasure. It's going to be terrible. It is going to take a toll on your day. But as the days go by, I promise you that it's going to get easier. And that's what happens with practice. That's what happens when you constantly keep doing it. So even if you fail the first few days to actually stick to this plan of delaying a gratification, well, all I gotta say is make sure that you try tomorrow. Make sure that you promise yourself that you will try a little bit harder tomorrow. And if it doesn't work tomorrow, well, then that's okay because try harder the next day and put in motion this cycle of trying, this cycle of practice, and one day it's just going to come to you naturally. Now, this other thing that I do want to talk about is, a question that I do get asked quite a lot is how do we avoid temptation? Now, see, I feel like a lot of us aren't able to control our impulses or will give in to, our urges, be it food, be it smoking, drugs, whatever it is. At the end of the day, we are going to give in to it if we are constantly surrounded by that context or that situation. So, my advice to you, if you are looking to avoid temptation, if you're looking to, give up something, my advice to you is to avoid situations where you will know you or where you will know that you will confront this temptation. Okay, so for instance, if you're tempted to eat junk food, then stay away from fast food restaurants. Don't bother heading down the snack or baked goods aisles of the supermarket. Avoid triggers is key. So make sure that you consciously make an effort to avoid trigger factors, to avoid context or backgrounds where you will be tempted to do certain things. Now, I know this is impossible to maintain in everyday life, every single day of your life. It's absolutely impossible to avoid such situations, but at least for the first few days, till you get used to it, avoid such situations. And that is one simple way that you can actually avoid temptation. Now, I do want to talk about what boosts your self control, how can you regulate your behavior, and how you can strengthen your self control. These questions I will be answering in just a bit, but make sure that you keep it tuned right here on a Relax Radio.